Track. We're airing down. So this is in the Yalambara conservation area, and it's a bit like Simpson Desert apparently. We haven't been here before. There's a lot of sand dunes and people, so lay down and take a bit easy. And we're at the very southern end near Ceduna, so the plan is to go up there for 1 or 2 nights. See how we go. It's a hot day today. Tomorrow's supposed to be a bit cooler, so yeah, take a look and come back. So this is the inside view of Googs Track, and we have just started. The temperature has picked up. It's 5 degrees warmer than when I was back on the coast. A little bit corrugated, not too bad. Just as I said, that picks up.
With some really good washouts in there, though.
Yeah, a few washouts, bits and pieces, but we might have to air down a bit more by the sound of it. And there is a lot more trees than I was expecting. I was kind of expecting a bit more. It's not a desert out here. We're not quite into the Victorian desert, or Great Victorian Desert, whatever they call it. We're still south of that, but I wasn't expecting tall trees. So
I think this is what they call mallee shrubs.
Mallee shrubs. So it looks like we hit the sand dunes already, but they're stationary dunes, if you want to call it that. They're well vegetated, so they wouldn't move. But yeah, let's see how we go. The entire track's only about 200 kilometres. Probably takes about half a day, maybe to a day, to do the entire lot. And yeah, we'll see how we go. So we thought we already crossed the dog fence, but we haven't. It's actually this one. It looks like it's electrified. First time we've seen the dingo fence electrified. So anyway, let's go through. Here's a bit of a map. It might be difficult to see. Ceduna. So we left the caravan down at Ceduna. We're just on the dog fence here, which runs all the way up through South Australia and into Queensland and New South Wales. So we're planning not to traverse the whole lot. It's about 150 k's. We'll either camp tonight at Googs Lake or up at Mount Finke, and Mount Finke is probably about as far north as we'll go. Tarcoola, maybe. We might do a trip out there tomorrow. That's a bit of a ghost town now. So an old mining village. Could be interesting to see what's going on. But yeah, so we'll probably camp at Mount Finke or Googs Lake and see how we go. Apparently there's a couple of hundred sand dunes, some of them up to 25 metres high. So 25 metres is pretty tall. It's getting up there with Simpson Desert. So anyway, we've got enough food and water. I'll might actually show you that in a minute. We've got our UHF radio. We're sitting on channel 18. We've got a sound tag on as well, and a satellite tracker and HF radio. Alright, let's go. Single vehicle northbound Googs Track. So we're just crossing these sand dunes and I spotted something rather interesting. Now I won't be able to pick it out for you, but I'll be able to point to it. So just here on the horizon, if you can make it out, is a white, looks like a white dome, but it's actually a white dish. So this is the old OTC satellite Earth station, and I tend to know a bit about this because my dad used to work with OTC and work at some of these Earth stations. But this one here in Ceduna, according to my dad anyway, is the one that talks to satellites over the Indian Ocean for communication, or used to I should say, talk into the Indian Ocean satellites for communication into Europe. So it has a very low looking right across the horizon to pick up those satellites. And they positioned it here because it's as close as you can get to the eastern seaboard, but still be able to reliably pick up those satellites. So interesting, it's obviously no longer used as an Earth station. It's been donated, I believe, or sold to the universities to be used as a radio telescope. Anyway, it's a Sunday today. We're going to stop in there, but we might postpone that for when we get back. But we'll stop in and take a look. And I just thought it interesting that you could still pick it out. It's got to be at least 60 kilometres away now. So that's well beyond your normal visual line of sight, which is about 30 kilometres. So yeah, it's interesting. There you go. We'll check that out on the way back. So we're out in search of these granite water holes, and we found one, but the water's pretty foul. Looks like it's been sitting there stagnant for quite some time. There is a lot of animal tracks around here. We've seen dingo, kangaroo and camel by the look of it. So definitely an unpleasant water source. And Matilda's found herself a very nifty little shade, haven't you, Matilda? So the kids have found that the sunshades work quite well as little mini umbrellas. So we'll show you this waterhole on the way back, and then keep going. And hopefully, as that sun disappears, take the heat with it too.
Wish us luck.
Yeah, Alice Springs base. This is mobile 2444, mobile 2444. That's 2444. Over. Roger, Roger, 2444. That's correct. Over. Yeah, we're going well, thanks mate. We're currently on the Googs Track in South Australia, and we're just heading into Mount Finke now. We're probably about 20 minutes away from camp, and we're planning to stay at Mount Finke on the Googs Track tonight before returning south down to Ceduna. Over.
Roger that, we're on the Googs Track. I didn't quite get the mount you're staying at, so if you could repeat that, please. Over.
Yeah, we're staying at Mount Finke, that is, on the Googs Track. Over.
You're on Mount Finke. Got that now. I've got you logged in. All going well. Over.
Sun's rising.
And it's early. Should be asleep.
And the kids are here. Hey kids. Good morning.
Ceduna, 150 kilometres that way. Tarcoola's probably about 80 kilometres this way. The Great Western Train Line Railroad runs along here. Kingunya is probably 150 kilometres away. And at the top of this mountain, quite literally, in the middle of nowhere, there's phone reception. So I can't work it out. The only thing I can think of is that maybe they've installed a base station along the rail line, which would be a bit unusual, but I just can't imagine us picking up Ceduna from here, or Kingunya, and it's just such a long way. But it's a bit of a scramble up here. If I swing around Sandra, the kids are just heading off now. It is quite steep. There's no track. It's all off road, off trail, and very rocky and a bit slippery under these rocks. But today we're quite lucky. Yesterday we hit 41, and it was a bit of a stinker. In fact, it was 41 or 39. Didn't cool off till 7:30 at night. But today's quite pleasant. It's about 20 degrees, 22 degrees. And it makes for a bit of a pleasant walk, really. So today, this is probably as far north as we're going to go. In fact, it's probably as far as I'd like to go with the fuel. Any further and would have to commit ourselves to getting to Kingaria. So I don't really want to do that. We will probably turn around here and head back towards Ceduna. And we might stop off, or might stay tonight at Googs Lake, which we swung past yesterday, which has got water in it. Or we might go back to Ceduna to see what it's like when we get there and how hot it is. Alright, that's the update from the top of Mount Finke. Oh, by the way, this mountain, you can probably tell if I swing around, it's dead flat. Well, it's sand dunes, right? Up to like about 20 or 30 metre sand dunes. And this mountain just sticks up out in the absolute middle of nowhere. It's quite fascinating, really. There's just nothing in this mountain. Anyway, we're going to the sand dunes now. Catch you later.
Alright, friends playing along at home. That thing is as big or bigger than my hand.
So you may be wondering who Googs is and what this track is all about. Well, one evening in the 70s, John Goog was sitting on the back deck with his wife Jenny and said, "I wonder what's out there." And that was how Googs Road, now named Googs Track, started. The aim was to open up a road from Ceduna to meet the East-West Railway junction at Tarcoola. With a lot of determination and the support of family and friends, it took 3 years, working weekends only, to complete, using some very basic equipment that was made from old tractors and four-wheel drives. This was all built without any government funding. Friends donated fuel and equipment and the time to support the mission. The plaques that are laid commemorate the pushing of the road and are a tribute to John Goog and their son Martin Dinga. Both lost their lives in accidents in the vicinity at different times after the track was completed. This is set on the site of the old shack that supported everyone during the pushing of the track.
Oh look, it's got the date and everything.
Yeah. So these coins, these 50-cent pieces, Goog's son Minga died in a car accident in 99, I think it was, 93. And so his mate came up and placed some coins in the tree, so if his mate ever needed a cold beer, he'd have some coins to do it. And I think they're still stuck to this tree ever since.
Yeah, well, Martin, it says his mother. That's amazing.
So this is a memorial. So Googs lost his son in this accident about 5 years before he died. Definitely a money tree.
like a lake, but it's a salt lake. So we walked a fair distance out and it's literally only like 10 or 15 mils deep. It is warmer than I would have my baths at, and I love a hot bath, so it's definitely good on a cool summer's evening. Very, very, very salty. I rinsed some on my legs and to see what it was like, and they're salty and sparkly. I don't know if you can see here or not, but we rubbed our feet around here a little bit and you can see the beautiful granite that sits underneath the surface. I'm not sure if the sparkle in the granite is the salt or the granite itself, but shortly off here where it changes colour, it's not quite so pleasant to walk on. It's kind of
and black.
Yeah, squidgy, and like black ooze came out from underneath, so we only went that far, but it was still only that deep. But it's beautiful to see a salt lake finally with water in it, and we're quite enjoying because it's 40 degrees outside. You know, when you open the oven and the air hits you, it's what it feels like, but we're enjoying playing in a little bit of water, aren't we, babe?
Have Matilda set up doing, what are you doing? A bit of gymnastics practice on the ring. So it's really difficult to find trees in South Australia, who would have guessed? But we found one here that works. So, and oh my gosh, Riley is down there with his remote control car on the salt flats having a great old time.
Who was it that did that
Alright.
speed challenge, you know, fastest car of the world, and they did it out on some salt
On
flats?
Lake Air, salt flats, yeah.
Yeah, he looks like that.
John something or other. Yeah, I can't remember it now. The land speed record's held at
Yeah.
Lake Air on the salt flats.
He's out there trying to do that with his car, I think.
Anyway, while he's out there, I might get the drone going. He'll love that. Alright,
After the radio check.
see you later. Up here, a little lookout on top of the lake, and I think it's quite unusual to see it full of water. There is a very, very steep track that's used to have bollards on it, and someone's taken them out. But we had a bit of a thunderstorm this morning. Well, actually, we didn't have a thunderstorm; we had a lightning storm this morning, and there is definitely rain out here. Some rain clouds here and here, and it's generally coming our direction, so we'll get moving in a minute just to make sure we don't get caught in some mud. In fact, what can you feel? Yeah, put your arms out. Can you feel the rain? I felt some raindrops, so we might get moving. I have a feeling that this place turns into mud very quickly, so we'll get moving, I think. We're on the Googs Track at the moment, on the Googs Memorial in South Australia, and we're just doing a bit of practice on the radio, so we thought we'll give you a call. Whereabouts are you guys? Over?
understand your location, but you're just giving us a call, over.
Yeah, that's right. We're on the Googs Track. Golf. Oscar, Golf, Sierra. The Googs Track.
Hey, Googs Track, South Australia.
Roger, that's it. We're just testing out the radio, a bit of practice to make sure that we still remember how to use it. We're heading back towards Ceduna now. We're about 2 to 3 hours away from Ceduna, and we'll be there this afternoon, but all okay, over.
Okay, 3 hours from Ceduna, all okay.
Yep, that's it. Now, you need to hang up the call. It's best if you hang up the call by dialing 99. So you need to dial 99, over.
Okay, hang up call by dialing 99.
Roger. Have a good day. Catch you later. Over.